Coming into race 3, I come around here and I start looking at the island. It's really unusual to have a line sight. It's really unusual to have a line sight. They have moved the boat end up, I believe, because I am over right now. Yeah, so I am over right now. And so the line used to be, they moved the committee boat end back, actually. They moved the committee boat end back. This is where the line sight was before, and I'm going to show you where the line sight is now. It's off the island, so we don't really have anything. I'm still over. I'm still over. Okay, I am just below the line right now. Yeah, I'm actually a boat length off there, so we can almost use the island. LR2, same course, coming into the starting line. We no longer have a line sight. So what this tells us is that the committee boat has moved back, and that would mean a right wind shift. They haven't posted the data yet. They haven't posted the data yet on where the mark is. Did the mark move? The mark did not move, so right now you would suspect that the pin end is a little further upwind. It has been favored by a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Compass check. So I was lucky. The race committee just told me the bearing down the line. Bearing down the line is 185. They also told me that the average wind, so that means 185 would mean that 275 is square. I hope you know what that means. Meaning the line would be even. 185 plus 90 is 275. So the line is set for 275. The average wind over the last 10 minutes has been 269. So that is 6 degrees to the pin right now, if the wind's at 271. The furthest right the wind's been has been ever, I mean, it got to the right of 275 for a little bit, but it's pretty much left of 275. So there we go. We have a pin end favored by 6 degrees. That means you have to start to the left of people. I would. And I would start right under them so that you can squeeze them off if you have to. Last race, she's got the mark at 270. The gates are really out of whack. So right now, this one is definitely, I mean, it's at a totally different angle than the starting line. And the starting line is only 6 degrees out. And that is about 12 degrees out probably. So this gate over here is way further upwind. Oh, they're gonna move the gates. They're gonna move the gates right now. So that's why they're not in sequence. Okay, so the wind's about 270. What you would do now is you gotta focus on not losing a lot at the beginning. If you get behind, the race is almost over. Everybody's tuned up now. Everybody finally has everything all set kind of good. And you're gonna have no chance. So you gotta get a clean start. It should not be hard. This is a huge line for 4 boats. Start away from them, get it going. Don't lose a bunch at the beginning. And then I tell you, I would be trying to plan out my thing where I was bow out towards the right a little. And just steer better than other people on that port tack. So we're not very good at that port tack angle yet. We're kind of getting better at it. The swell impact on it, and we're definitely getting better. I am just below the line. They changed the line again. They pulled the committee boat forward. Look at this. I am just below the line, and here we are. The line is back to where it was. So I don't know what that means. That means it's not at 185, but the point is look how it's lined up with the island. If I'm like this, island windward, okay, I'm over. If I am LR2, yeah, check for kelp. See how I'm drifting below? See where the island, now I'm below the line right there. See that? Now I'm well below the line now. Cool. So she just goes forward and back on her anchor. That's how they're controlling that. So I line the stern up with the pin, and it's not lined up with anything. So if you're not close to lined up with the island there, you're going to be quite far below the line. And looking upwind right now, I would say the wind looks good. So the crew would say that to skipper, wind looks good. I don't see any holes. I don't see any other boats. Gabe and Zach look Isabella in with Zach tomorrow. She's a really good sailor. So this will be fun. Tomorrow we'll have all girl teams. All 4 teams will be, well, except for Zach, almost all. Yeah, it's Dave, man. First 29er regatta in San Diego ever for him. He's looking aggressive over here. The coach trying to make a point here. Nice job by Julia. Wow, that was good handwork. So for Julia, we're trying, oh, that works. He wants to ride, he just ducked. That wasn't aggressive. Main's too much twist. And I can see it from here. But you gotta be able to almost, when you're bigger, you gotta stall those leech tilts a fraction when you're at your tightest trim. But let him play there, let him play. He's pumping that main, he's working it. Yeah, we're going for it. We're gonna see what happens here. I think that was a good move. Just split with him. These girls are all getting very even. Looks like Julia's punched out there. So what we're doing, we changed with them is they think they went too far forward in race 2. They were digging the bow too much. So I told them to put Maddie 2 inches higher on the trap, and Julia just scoot back if she felt too much bow down, just a touch. And so now they've balanced that out. The other thing is we've toned down Julia's tiller movements. The swells, when you try hard, the swells just make it, you know, if you feel like steering all over the place, all it is extra effort. It's not making you go faster. So they look better now. By tomorrow, again, we're gonna have 4 races tomorrow, everybody. Okay, so for tomorrow, we're gonna expect, because this wind's gonna be, it's gonna be slightly windier tomorrow, is my guess. And maybe some more clouds rolling in and out, which is gonna shift the wind back and forth as they come in and out. But enough of that. We just want closer races. These girls have set the bar. These girls are just steady. It's called stability. You'll notice the mast just kind of stays upright. They sail with a little leeward heel. That way they never heel to windward. Heeling to windward is just the swells and then heel to windward, and you're steering the rudder all over the place. You're just chasing your tail. They're just holding the tiller mostly straight, barely moving it, and the crew and her, they're just working it so the mast is not rocking at all. Okay, these guys are much faster. Much faster. Just tone down the rudder movements. Have confidence in yourself. You sail a Sabot, you're good at it, well, just go into that mode. When you're faster than people, just remember what that feels like. You know what you're doing. But we also have to remember, all we have to be off is 1 inch on the main sheet, 2 inches, and somebody's gonna be a little faster than us. So it's not like a huge margin of error here. It's a tiny margin of error. We're hunting. We don't know what we don't know yet. I think what sums up the day here, we got to measure travelers, by the way. I hope I remember to do that. Make sure we're all pretty close on stuff. You know, we don't know the rake, so can't be an exact science. But just watching the tilts of the mast today was all about the swell, or a lot about the swells. And you can see the boats will heel and then go way flat, and then heel again, and that's all apparent wind strength mostly, and apparent wind shift. Every time you get at the top of the swell, the apparent wind shifts forward and your sails start to luff. So that causes the boat to flatten out. And then the wind gets lighter as you get launched sideways. That causes the boat. So it's a real technique by race. So we got 3 today, 4 tomorrow. By race 5 or 6, I'm hoping that we're much closer with each other. Risky to sail perfectly flat like that until you really, really get good. Yeah, we tend to heel the lure just a fraction. Good though, trying hard, man. We haven't looked much downwind. And then you got to step forward in the light spots. So if it gets light, you step forward, push with your front foot. The skipper can let the bow go down just a little, soak just a little. Right now, it's actually the strongest puff we've had in a good few minutes, so now you don't need to do anything. But if it does get light, you don't want your skipper to go reaching super high. Again, they made the mistake on Port Tack of going very, very high. It's got a trap next to the shroud. Again, it's a tiny bit windier than it was. So, but yeah, as it gets light, you gotta be right next to the shroud. There they go. I think we gotta go main out a little bit. Anyway, not covering too much downwind, we covered enough. Wowee, the black kite is back in the race. So we'll find out what happened. Did the Borellis catch Kel, or did the black kite, Kai and Ava just sail good? Let's see. I don't think it was as close as it looked. Drifting right into the committee boat right now, but I can't put a video. Nice job. Just totally got back into that. Just lost by less than 20 seconds. Yes. 275. Oh, she made the course longer. 0.7 nautical miles. So this will be the longest race. Oh, they're moving it right now. Okay. Here's the committee boat end. Here's the pin end. No longer is the starting line anywhere near the North Island. We might have a line sight almost with the toe of the South Island. See how that one's a mummy that's sitting, head is to the north, feet are to the south. The other one is the mummy with the head to the south. And I am
we're going to get underway about 90
right
seconds.
now by an inch. So if I line up with the toe of the South Island, see how the little toe sticks up out of the water? Right there, if I see the toe out of the water, I'm over. And then at 30 seconds, if I am lined up with the North Island, I am, if the pin's favored at all, I am screwed. Okay. My God, this is a lot of video, but it's tons of learning. So I think you guys just have to agree that they just have the most uniform looking sails. Their sails just aren't changing much. They're just changing enough to keep flow. and they're sailing 1 degree heel to leeward all the time. They never sail perfectly flat. You just can't do it in the swells. You heel to windward. Look at these guys. You end up steering all over the place when you get, I mean, these guys just look like 10 times better. I think we were talking in the last race, their jib was just a fraction too tight. And so when the swells are big, if you trim too tight, the jib stalls at the top of the swell. And so then you lose flow, and then the boat, you know, you just feel horrible. Yeah, so they are just way better. I bet you, I would think you'd agree, their leech of their main even looks closer to the Borelli's now. Because all of a sudden, we just got the main a little bit better. I had them put the vang on a little bit more so that the leech wasn't so twisted. Yeah, look at that, now they're hiking. It doesn't take much, it's a tiny margin of air sport. And you could have kelp right now too. Somebody could have kelp and not know it. You have to check that 3 or 4 times a beat. The cruise just looks under there for a second. If you catch kelp, it's not good, honestly. Getting it off is nearly. Look at these guys. These guys are possibly, they're second by a tiny bit. Okay, so now we're gonna end the videos with just about 4 or 5 videos for downwind. So we're gonna do a few videos to see if we can tell the difference downwind between the Borelli's and everybody else. I think those guys are overstood by a long way. But anyway, they're doing great. They're gonna round second. Let's watch these guys. Let's see what we're gonna film them downwind, try to get the same angle on everybody and just see where we're at. So really today's tactics of about being protecting the right upwind and then protecting that same side downwind. And doing 3 jives, 1 here, 1 out to the right, and then maybe 1 more into the left gate. Okay, so they've got her pretty low. They're all different weights. Okay, their jib is loose, top is luffing. Spinnaker is curling just a little. Look at the leech of the main's right at the corner. Okay? And then the skipper's not moving. She's just, anytime the skipper thinks about moving, she just turns. If she feels like hiking, she goes down a tick. You have lee helm downwind. Again, 1 degree of heel, 2 degrees of heel to leeward all the time. They're always consistently tiny heel to leeward. Yeah. Okay, now we'll see these guys. These guys are much more bow up. Never mind. Jib is out far. I'm okay with that. I would probably just not have it flogging. Yep, he just fixed that. But loose is good. Spinnaker. These are probably not, the leech of these spinnakers is much, I don't know if you can see it. But look how open the leech is on that one and look how closed the upper leech is. These pretend kites, you know, kites that aren't class legal, they are not that good. They've had some good moments downwind today though. And then their vang is looser and their main sheet's looser. So they're a little more unstable. You'll see they'll heel the windward because their vang is looser and their main sheet is outside the corner. But I'm okay with it. I think they look good. On and off the rail. Yeah. There's just something about, you see how more unstable it is. You know, and again, we just got to work on that together. You can't have your mast going to leeward, then way to windward, then to leeward. That's probably oversteering is the problem. If the boat is, or the vang's too loose, but their vang's not too loose. Okay, good up here. Their tack line their luff line might be a little too tight. The leading edge of their spinnaker looks more strapped than the other boats. Yeah, there they go. See how that boat's, again, she should not go high now. High is a bad decision. She should stay low and jibe before the black boat. Yes, that's better. Don't go and try to, they're nowhere near your wind. They have to get a beam of you or slightly above a beam of you in order to block your wind. Remember this for tomorrow, but there is quite a bit of current here. It's 5 boat lengths a minute. Maybe more. No, it's a little more than that. I should have measured it more carefully. But it is plenty of current here. The wind has gone right. Here they come. Yep, we practice jibe sets. The wind has gone the furthest right. It's been all day. Oh, I got that on tape. Now your spinnaker's up and dry. You should try to get it up as quick as you can without dropping the spinnaker. Okay, our first flip of the day. Here comes Kaya. Oh, they're gonna go ahead and drop it. I would have got, you know, they don't know this, but they could have tried to get it up with the kite up since it's so dry. But you can tell they've been here before. See how she's on the end of the board? Okay, here they come. Definitely a righty. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but I mean, they're laying the mark easy from where they are now. Yeah, okay, here they go. Let's see who wins this race. Dun, dun. So they don't know they gotta go. She's gotta go lower. She's gotta go lower because their spinnaker's caught on the top of the jib. Filming. There we go. So they dropped it again. She's gotta go lower, now hoist. Yep, it's gonna do the same thing again. It's gonna catch. Yeah, good idea, jibe. Too bad. That's okay. Yeah, see how it just keeps going up, blowing to lure. She's got to get the kite to blow to windward to get out of the in that area. Okay, good. They jibe. Now it's going to be clear. Yeah. So that's a learning experience that they haven't experienced yet. Yeah. See how far out the guy's boom is, but you know, a little too much knuckle out of the water. But they're soaking good. You know, this doesn't look too bad. They're not rocking to windward, so they must not have too much of a problem. There he goes, he moved forward. Okay, see how they're bowed down? Much better. Now their only hope here is to jibe before the black spinnaker and the black spinnaker overstands or something. But I think that's not even a question anymore. Towing home, upwind tow. Got to kind of keep the sails tight, but this gives you a chance to decompress a little. We got 7 more races over the next 2 days. Is that right? 4 tomorrow? No, 6 more races. So 4 tomorrow, 2 on Sunday. So we're conserving a little energy. We expect a pretty good wind tomorrow. We'll go home, eat really well, quite a bit of food, a lot of water. Just keep remembering that we're just gaining experience every day we go out there. Gaining experience. That's the most important thing. Trying to do things the right way. Set like we wrote down on the piece of paper. Race routines, getting the twist right, getting the shape and the sails right, body position, fore and aft movement, talking with each other, all those things we wrote down. Anyway, see you tomorrow.